This event is the Radford Business Services Classic Plate, 2,200 metres ahead of them. Fantastic Blue is at $6.50, Hazelden $31, Racing Heart is at $2.40 in favourite. Hollywood and Vine $7, Saint Romain at $61, Chinqua Casino $16, Mailing at $21, Will Impress $81, Bitter Silk $6.50, Scarlet Joe $4.40, and Merchant Girl is at $201. Racing Heart is favourite, currently at $2.40 with bookmakers. On the tote at $2.80 and $1.30.
Now they're filling the gates well for this race. For Radford Business Services Classic Plate. Saint Romain has moved in. Bitter Silk is right. Merchant Girl, Chinqua Casino. Hazelden, Will Impress, Scarlet Joe. Mailing moves in. Fantastic Blue, Hollywood and Vine and Racing Heart. The last three to load. So we're getting close to a start. Racing Heart is the favourite. $2.70 on Tatsbet Toad and $2.50 in the betting ring. Scarlet Joe $4.40 in the ring. Bitter Silk $6. Fantastic Blue $6.50. Hollywood and Vine at $7. Now the last two to come up, Hollywood and Vine and Racing Heart. Running 2,200 metres for the fifth race of the day. Racing Heart, he was impressive under similar conditions here 2 weeks ago. Beat a fairly same lineup. And Mercedes Racing Heart, our favourite, $2.50 on track. Scarlet Joe $4.40. Bitter Silk at $6. Fantastic Blue $6.50 and Hollywood and Vine at $7. The top five in the market as Hollywood and Vine moves in, and now we're set to go. 2,200 metres as rain continues to fall in Brisbane. Red light about to be switched on, set for the staying event. Ready to jump. They're off now. Saint Romain to the inside was ordinarily away, and Hazelden came out sluggishly. Bitter Silk, Merchant Girl, Mailing, Fantastic Blue all began with plenty of gusto. Dropping in behind the quartet was Will Impress. Racing Heart has caught wide off the wide alley. Does Cassidy go forward or back? He's in two minds as they round that bottom bender. Then Chinqua Casino, Hollywood and Vine, Hazelden, and out towards the tail was Scarlet Joe. Inside the 1,800 metres, one of the roughies, in fact the roughie of the race, Merchant Girl in the lead. Now Racing Heart slips up on the outside. Cassidy press forward, he gets outside the leader now. Bitter Silk in third, Mailing in fourth. Fantastic Blue caught three wide around Will Impress and Saint Romain travelling inside that pair. Hollywood and Vine just behind that trio. Then Hazelden, Chinqua Casino and Scarlet Joe is last at the 1,400 metres, 7 to 8 lengths off the lead. Heading down the back straight, Merchant Girl in the lead. Fantastic Blue presses forward on the outside. Now joining Merchant Girl. Racing Heart went back to third. Will Impress in fourth. Then Mei Ling, Bitter Silk parked away sixth the rail, followed by Saint Romain, Hollywood and Vine. Then came Hazelden, Chinqua Casino, and Scarlet Joe whips them in. They're about to negotiate the next bend. 1,000 metres left to travel, and Will Impress, he's one of the mudlarkers in the race. He moves to the lead now from Fantastic Blue second, Racing Hard. Cassidy pops away from the fence again. He goes up to be third. Two away fourth, Mei Ling. Merchant Girl over on the inside. Then Saint Romain, Hollywood and Vine. Bitter Silk travelling poorly today, not going in the wet, dropping out. Passed by Scarlet Joe, who begins a run. Then Chinqua Casino, and two off last, Hazelden. They've left the 600 metres behind them, running up to the turn. Will Impress the leader, but Racing Hard is looming large on the outside, and the favourites looking pretty good around the bend. Two away to Fantastic Blue in third. Then came Saint Romain, Mei Ling, Hollywood and Vine, and Scarlet Joe pulled to the outside with a big run. Racing Hard ran to the lead. Hollywood and Vine and Scarlet Joe are running on, but Racing Hard's going strongly. 200 metres left to go. He's hard against the rail. He's in the lead. Hollywood and Vine and Scarlet Joe, they're trying hard, but they're trying in vain because Racing Hard is racing away, and Racing Hard won by 6 lengths. Hollywood and Vine second, Photo third, Scarlet Joe Will Impress, then Fantastic Blue, Hazelden, Saint Romain, Bitter Silk, Merchant Girl, Chinqua Casino, and Mei Ling whipped them in. Favourite wins, Racing Heart, number 4, ridden by Larry Cassidy. He won by a good space the other day. He won by a bigger margin today. Hollywood and Vine second, Scarlet Joe third, and Will Impress in fourth. So he's in devastating form, Racing Heart. He ploughed through that going, which is really heavy now. There's no doubt about that. And he was always on the speed and cleared out to win by a good margin. Scarlett Joe and Hollywood and Vine, they made their runs together out in the centre of the track. And they probably got to within about 2.5, 3 lengths of Racing Heart. That's as close as they got, because over the last 100 metres, Racing Heart just roared away from them to win by, I'd say, half a dozen lengths on the line. And he was near the rail. So there's certainly nothing wrong with the inside part of the track. We saw Machination race in that part of the going, and now Racing Heart. And there's a clear shot of him up against the rail. So the track, whilst it's heavy, is certainly uniform. Numbers official, 4, 5, 12 and 9. 4, 5, 12 and 9. Racing Hard first. Larry Cassidy riding for Rob Heathcote. Let's go to Bart Sinclair in the enclosure now after the 5th race.
Thanks, David. The thing about this horse, Racing Heart, regardless of the distance, regardless of the conditions, dry, good, heavy, really heavy, rain on the day, he puts in every time. And Larry Cassidy had to do a little bit of work, early off the alley, so there were a few little concerns in the first 800 metres, but in the end, he was so impressive once again. Robert Heathcote joins us. Robert, I just said he's consistent, distance, track, notwithstanding.
Yeah, you can't fault the horse, Bart. I mean, any horse that can maintain their form for, 5, 6, I think this horse has done it for 7 or 8 runs now, and, he deserved that. It was a well-deserved win 2 weeks ago, and he's backed up the form again today. And you're right, it was a clever ride from Larry. It took him a while to get around there, but he gave up the lead, took a sit, gave him a breather, and, he went at the right time.
Well, he's maintaining his form. Where do we go now? Is there another race around the corner?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, we've looked at that. These set weight plates are fantastic races, and there's another one of these in 2 weeks. He goes up 1.5 kilos, and we'll be there in 2 weeks.
No thought of Toowoomba Cup?
No, not at this stage. I mean, look, we're happy. I think next year we'll see the best of this horse. He's come a long way this preparation. Give him the one more run, and then he can have a bit of a holiday and then come back and go to Open Company next prep.
Well done, Robbie.
Thanks, Bart.
Robbie Heathcote there, David, and we'll have a chat to Larry Cassidy shortly.
Yes, Larry can give us a bit of insight into just how wet that track is now, of course, because the rain has just kept falling. Let's check the tote dividends and starting prices on race 5.
The Radford Business Services Classic Plate taken out by Racing Heart, starting at $2.60 in favourite with bookmakers. Hollywood and Vine second, $7. Scarlett Joe third, $4.40. $2.60 in favourite, $7 and $4.40 with the starting prices. And the tote returns Racing Heart, $2.60 the win, $1.40 the place. Hollywood and Vine second, $2.20. Scarlett Joe third, $1.80. Quinella paid $11.10. The trifecta, $70.50. Exacta, $15.70. And the first 4, with Will Impress running fourth, 4, 5, 12, 9, returns $1,891.20.
5 lengths was the winning margin. 5 lengths by a long neck, 224.9, and the last 600 metres in 39.3. That's the sectional breakdown on race 5. Let's go back to Bart now. He's about to have a chat with Larry Cassidy, the winning jockey of Racing Heart.
Thanks, David. Larry Cassidy joins us. Larry, just you had to push hard on the turn out of the straight. Just a few moments of worry.
Look, it was like I'm sitting in the gates and my goggles had fogged that bad. I was tossing up whether I ride the race with no goggles to start off with. And when we jumped, he began sort of fear, and I couldn't see how many horses were inside me as we were getting down the winning post, and I thought, well, I'll either come back or go forward. And I just thought coming back was just pointless. And I thought, well, if I do a little bit of work out there, we're going to get a breather down the back. I pulled my first set of goggles down before we got to the crossing because I couldn't see, and I pretty much rode down the back where all I could see were blurs when the horses were in front of me.
He does a great job, this horse, Racing Heart. As I said to Robbie, track conditions, distances, nothing seems to faze him.
Yeah, look, Rob's done a fantastic job with him, and he ran the Derby last year, and he didn't run that bad a race in that, so he can stay, and he's obviously he's a stayer on the up. When we get a track like this, he just grows another leg, and.
You are going to shave for charity. You're looking for sponsors?
Well, there's not much to shave, so I don't know how much of a sponsor I can get. Not much on top.
I think I was going to call it half a shave.
Well, we're doing Jim Byrne, and we're going to save it to give to Scrivo.
That'll do me. I'll finish on that line. Larry Cassidy there, David. He's going to shave for charity.
Thanks for that, Bart. And weight is right now. Correct weight on race 5. On the numbers of 4, 5, 12, 9 and 1. Weight is right, race 5.